Hello everybody, my name is Felix and today I will present you all the news concerning our Packster 70. I'm really happy that we can relaunch the Packster 70 because there were a lot of questions coming from you when we will bring back the Packster 70. A lot of you were very happy with their Packster 70 and what we did was to analyze all the feedback coming from the customers, coming from the dealers in order to realize all optimizations that are possible with that kind of concept. So we wanted to stick to the wire steering and we wanted to optimize the wire steering. And in the next few minutes, I will tell you a little bit more about the optimizations we did on the steering, the optimizations we did on the accessories, and so on. First of all, I would like to talk about the optimizations we did for the steering. Looking at the fork, we changed the fork to a boost standard, and therefore we have more stiffness inside of the fork system. Having a deeper look at the pulleys, we also increased the diameter of the pulleys, the front pulley and also the rear pulley, in order to reduce the forces inside of the wire and having a more direct steering feeling. Another topic that we had a look on was the steering angle. We had an 85-degree steering angle in order to realize a narrow turning circle. We realized that that was a little too much because you can have an understeering, so the bike goes straight ahead instead of turning the cycle. So we reduced the steering angle to 65 degrees in both directions, like you can see on this bike, and this prevents the risk to get into an understeering event. Let's have a look at the accessories. So one thing you see immediately is the headrest. This is a new feature we implemented, optional for bikes with the child seats. This is also a safety feature in case you ride against a curb, for example. The head goes in the front direction and then for the rebound, the head is safe with this headrest. The headrest for the kids is also optional, available in combination with the tarpaulin. So you can flip the headrest, lift it up, fix it, and you have the functionality for the kids. As soon as you want to close the tarpaulin, you need to adjust the child seat, flip again the headrest, and then you can close the tarpaulin. Also, we had a look at the design of the child seats. So the adjustable child seat is with a different mechanism. It's more robust. It slides along the PP material and you hear a clear click as soon as the child seat is adjusted and fixed. We also do have new cushion in order to distribute the pressure as good as possible to the child body. And we also modified the seatbelt buckle. So now you have two separate parts that you insert into the buckle and you can close the buckle very comfortable. And also the fixing of your child is very easy. You can just pull the straps and you will have a comparable function to a day pack. Now it's very comfortable to fix and to adjust the seatbelt for your children. A new option is the front luggage shelf, which comes together with a PP box. If you want to transport the PP box, you can remove the straps, adjust the shelf, then put the box on the shelf. You can go for a ride together with your kids. The kids can place their feet underneath the shelf, and as soon as you finish the ride, you can take out the box, you can pull back the shelf, fix it with the straps, and there you go. Now, looking at the back of the box. First of all, we implemented those sheet metal parts in order to have a proper closing of the tarpaulin and also the child cover. Now the magnetic closing fits perfectly and there is no gap between the child cover and the box, and also between the tarpaulin and the box. Another complaint that we received concerning the glove compartment was that with heavy load, for example, a lock inside of the glove compartment, there could be the situation that it opens up during riding, and therefore we now use a stronger magnet to prevent opening of the glove compartment during riding on a bumpy road. We received the feedback that people with big feet had a collision with the box, so we enlarged the rear frame for about 10 millimeters, and this gives 10 millimeters more space between your foot and the box. We enlarged the kickstand and therefore having a better parking position also on an uneven ground. Now I want to talk about all the other configuration possibilities. Starting with the colors. We still have 3 colors available. White, as you can see here, chili matte, and also coal gray matte. Looking at the displays, we have still the same display options, means standard configuration is with the Bosch Purion display. Then we will have the smartphone hub and also the neon display, as you can see it over here. Then we have our standard configuration with standard light and with the standard brake. You can also choose for the performance package. As you can see it at this bike, you have the Tektro C2.3 brakes. You also have the high beam front light Supernova M99 Mini Pro and the M99 tail light with brake light function, and you also have a suspended seat post. There will also be an option for a control technology package, and what that means I will show you in a few seconds. Here we have the Packster 70 with a control technology package. What is the control technology package? So it's the same as we have with the D-Light, Homage and the Load. Full suspended rear triangle. So with the control technology, you always have the perfect bike setup for every loading situation and every surface you ride on. With the control technology, you also have an optional carrier. This is a slight redesign of the load carrier. It's a little bit more progressive. The connection points, fixing points are the same. This gives you the option to carry luggage up to 15 kilograms. So now I'm at the end of my presentation of the new Packster 70. We are really happy to relaunch the Packster and hope you will also enjoy the news, the new functionalities. See you next time. Bye-bye.